Anyway, we shall also be learning today how to cook. We shall be learning from a professional. We go to Chicago where we meet Terese Tande. She is a specialist as she teaches us how to cook in about 5 minutes. Anyway, this particular program is aimed at teaching, Cameroonians and the public in general how to make, healthier food choices. And it is in line with a new program she has launched, her humanitarian, program she has launched. We're going to talk more about that with Terese Tande. But right now, let's learn how to cook in about 5 to 7 minutes with Terese Tande. It's going to be the most, commonly ate food or dish in Cameroon called water fufu and ero. I know you would love it. Let's go and check it out.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Terese, coming to you from Chicago. Today is a very special day. It is because we're shooting our 25th episode. Yay! And for this special day, I am going to be making one of my favorite dishes from Cameroon, ero. Let's come back and talk some more about that dish. Ero is a very healthy vegetable that is grown across West Africa. It is known as ero in Cameroon and okazi in Nigeria. It is loaded with minerals, vitamins, and high in fiber. It is actually water-based. Although a lot of people think that ero is not healthy because it is cooked with palm oil is actually very nutritious for you when used in moderation. Ero is usually served with water fufu, but we're going to give it a healthier twist today. We're going to serve it with oat bran. Oat bran is very low in calories and very, very high in fiber and other nutrients. Cooking ero is a very lengthy process, so I have already done a lot of the prep work. Now let's find out what will be going into our dish today. Here is some cow skin, tripe, known as towel in Cameroon, and some smoked fish steamed in some salt, bouillon cube to taste, and some hot pepper. We also have steamed beef. I have the broth sitting in the pot. I will also be using some crayfish. That's just crayfish that has been ground. I will also be using some palm oil in moderation. Next is spinach. Spinach is a good substitute for water leaf when you cannot find it around. I will be using fresh spinach today, but you can also use chopped frozen spinach. I have my spinach cut and steamed for about 10 to 15 minutes already. Next is our ero. I will be using dry ero. So if you're using dry ero, remember to soak your ero in cold water overnight before use. Again, for a healthier alternative, we'll be using oat bran. I will blend my oat bran to powder form. Once I blend it to powder form, I will cook it like you would cook any kind of fufu. Now we'll start cooking our ero. In the pot is just my broth from steaming my protein. I am going to add my steamed spinach and let it cook just for about 5 minutes. Then I will bring in my ero. Our spinach has been cooking in our broth for about 5 minutes. At this point, I'm going to add some bouillon cube or Maggi and a pinch of salt to taste. Now we'll add our ero. We've added our ero, and this is what our dish looks like at this point. I will stir here for another minute and then let it steam for about 2 to 3 minutes. Next, we'll add our crayfish and let it steam for about 1 to 2 minutes. Now it's time to add our steamed protein. Now it's time to add our palm oil. We'll let that cook for about 5 minutes, then we'll mix everything together. While we have our eru rounding up, I will quickly make my oat bran fufu. I have my water boiling. I am going to add my ground oat bran to the water. I'll stir and let it cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. This is what our oat bran fufu looks like at this point. It is cooked. Let's check on our eru and finish up this dish. Looks like our oil is cooked. It's now time to stir and bring everything together. Our eru is all done. Let's come back and serve. Doesn't that look mouth-watering? Well, folks, we are all done. Today we made eru served with oat bran fufu. Let's take a closer look at our dish. Remember, eru is a very nutritious vegetable, and palm oil is very nutritious as well when used in moderation. Thank you all so much for tagging along with me for the past 25 episodes. I cannot wait to see what the next 25 hold for us. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at Cooking with Terese, where we're already at 100,000 fans. Yay! And also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Cooking with Terese. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Remember, eating healthy does not have to be boring. Bye-bye and see you next time.
Oh my God. You know, Terese Tande, you're a darling. I feel this really delicious. You know, from the look of the pot, you understand? When I look at the pot, I just know it's delicious. I just sense it. I mean, it's going to be some glory of food, you know, of a meal. Oh my God. You know, it's this morning showing this to people. Oh my God, I myself, I feel the pangs, you understand? I feel the pangs of hunger at the moment. Well, that's just to tell you that you can surprise someone with that dish today. Even if you don't know how to cook, you got the directories, you understand? You just know how to do it, you know, follow step by step like Terese Tande told you, and you will learn how to cook eru in just 7 minutes. Isn't that amazing? You know, free tutorials. I call that tutorials. They teach you how to do something and you don't pay for it. People go to school to learn how to cook, and it's part of her, you know, humanitarian process, and she has a huge plan behind it. We shall be receiving her one of these days, you know, online, so she can tell us directly from Chicago where she is after probably her slot, and what her humanitarian act is all about. And she's going to be in Cameroon because she's a Cameroonian doing it for us over there.